Hello, good morning. And I'm here with a journal swap for a friend named Elizabeth. And this is my journal to her. So I'm recording it. And at the beginning of the video, I put this picture so that you guys could stop it if you wanted to see what products I use, so that when I mention things, you can see what they are. So these are the Etsy shops I use. They're all just Etsy shops. So I thought this would be easier than me trying to stumble through and remember who I got everything from. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to put this just over here out of the way. And this great lace envelope, it's on there. I'm going to put my little note in here to her. My little note to her in here. Okay, so that's on the list there, where that's from, and here's my journal. So I can't wait to talk about it. I'm gonna put the little bag here. So this journal is a soft cover journal. It has 3 signatures. 2 are not very big, and then the one is bigger. So the cover is all pieced together and slow stitched all by me. So all the fabrics are pieced together. And then on some of the fabrics where there was some interest, like this was a fabric here that had this print on it, I went ahead and stitched all around it and then stitched the flowers that were printed on the fabric. So if you understand me, so it looks like an applique, but it's all fussy cut stitching. And so I'm trying to learn how to do that a little bit more. I don't really know the names of the stitches or any of that. But I'm just always interested in learning new things. This is a super old button, and I think it's one of the perfume buttons, because this seems like it has some kind of broken down fabric in here. And those were from the mid 1800s, Civil War times. So that's here, bits and pieces of things all around. This is a really cool class I took, and I have it written there on from Nellie Wortman, I think you say, and it's called a rustic bezel class. And so because I did jewelry, I have all the torch stuff and all that to make this. So I had a lot of fun with doing this. And then there's a little antique, they're called, now that I didn't write down. Oh, man. There's a little piece of tatting in there that I got from somewhere. And then a little teeny cabochon glass. It's really old. I think it's called either carnival glass or opal glass, but in the sun has some fantastic colors from, I think it's Japan. So that's a really old piece of glass right there. I don't know. Let me see if I can come up and show you a little bit here. Can't really, let me see over here. You can barely see it, but it's really pretty. So that's inside there. Okay, here we go. All this was some fabric. Then I just slow stitched around all the pattern that was there, was floral pattern. And then I really enjoyed doing this. Okay, so here we're going to open it up and see what we see. Inside, get you in frame here. Inside is just lace and a little lace pocket here with a couple of cards. This cottage garden card I have down on that paper where I got that from. The little teeny pressed flower, I have that on the paper too as well. This one was a blank. This card and the digital was a blank one, so I guess you could put whatever you wanted to on there. So I decided to do this. I thought it looked super cute. And then this is just a journaling card. And over here is a pressed poppy from my own yard. And so I put it in some, what do you call this stuff? Acetate or something like that. And then sewed around it. And then it kept the pretty yellow orangey color, which the other one I did of mine is sort of translucent. Then I wrote Poppy, California, and the date. The thing, I know it's illegal to pick California poppies, but this is in my yard, was growing in my yard, so I think it's fine. This is an old, and I want to show this paper. Let me get this. There we go. No, that's that's not it. Where? Come on, you guys. It should be right here. I said I wouldn't do this. I would be completely ready, but as you see, I'm not. Oh, here, I see it right here. So this came from a book, like I said before, from the Carnegie Museum. If you can see how huge it is. And what it usually is, it has like, it'll have a big paper like this with a little teeny, so this is 1889, that's how old it is. And the paper is super brittle. I mean, if I bend it right now, it'll break. So what I did there was this little piece here, because I thought it was so pretty. It looks like it's, what are those little flowers? It looks like it's, I know what those are called. Anyway, so I took it out, because some of the, like, see, they'll have it in the middle, and sometimes it's a weird little etching. Sometimes it's kind of a weird poem, but otherwise it's the Harper Brothers, The Quiet Light, super, super huge book that was falling apart that I got from the Carnegie Museum. I've talked about that many times. It's closing down. So anyway, so some of the pages will be like this, just like this, but I'll have like a little picture in there. I think I might have a couple of them in here. 1889, that's the paper, and so this is it right here, and I just loved it. So I put it on a piece. This is my attempt of, put this up here out of the way. This is my, all this is my attempt at mixed media, and then I just sewed it on. I think it turned out really great. I like it. The other side is, I just did some collaging and mixed media stuff on it, and then I put a little piece, the other piece of that paper where she could collage on there if she wishes. And then I'm going to tell you what happened here, because you know, I think people never tell what goes wrong, and I think it discourages new people who are getting into this. So after I already got it together and was working on it, I noticed that this part of the, which is just terrible, right? So I noticed this part of the this where you're binding it into the book was caught on here across there, and everything was already in, and there was really no way to fix it unless you just ruin it by taking everything out. So I just clipped it there, and I glued it down well with some of this really cool super soft whatever it is I got from some shop. Anyway, I glued that down there, and I glued this down so it should be completely secure. I just left this here for interest, the little tails. But I can't tell you how bummed out I was about that. And I thought, okay, I can fix it. So for you who are new to journaling, or you just make a mistake, don't fret. These are called junk journals, or, you know, I look at mine as more elevated. If you watch those cooking shows, I've elevated it. I don't want it just to be, you know, just junk. I mean, I'm putting other stuff in here for artistic purposes. And that was a big mistake. I mean, I didn't see it. It was caught on this paper, and because this paper is so thick and hard, it just didn't tear. So I just repaired it. It'll be perfectly fine. So this is linen paper, and they had this beautiful, some of the beautiful collage stuff from, I wrote it down, but it's from Roxy Creations, Rachel over there. Oh, I just love it. So I put it on like this, and then I realized it was kind of flimsy. I thought it'd be great since it's linen paper, but yeah, it was flimsy. So then I went ahead and put some of these fussy cut flowers here that I also have written on that paper, and I just glued them on here to give it some strength. And I like how it turned out. Now, what's so funny about this journal, not funny, but interesting. It's always really interesting to me when you make journals and, you know, I didn't really know there was no theme. And I asked her what she liked, and she didn't really want to inhibit me creatively, which was great. But then sometimes my creativity goes crazy. So there's not really any rhyme or reason as far as the colors. I mean, I like this kind of muted color, but as you get into it, you'll see there's some brighter colors. And I'm not usually like that, but I liked how they looked in here. So just giving that. This paper I listed on the other paper. So here's some cute little cigarette cards that I usually find them a pretty good price on eBay, and they're the real deal. And usually they're old, like mid-century or something. These look like these were older, like maybe the Second World War. But there's some in here that look newer, so they could be. I don't know if they still do these or not. So this is a collage paper too. It's on there from Cinnamon Tea. And then I just did one of these little Tim Holtz things with all these little goodies in there. Most are cigarette cards or tea cards. So now this is where I'm getting a little wild. So I did some of this myself with certain kind of crayon and Tim Holtz inks and stuff. And it turned out really great, but it's kind of like, you're going to see they're brighter than what I usually use, but I just put them together here. This is from Roxy, her Italian kit. So pretty, so I just tucked that on there. I got this as Happy Mail the other day, and I thought, oh, it looks great in here. So I put it in here with a Cottage Garden. I have this down. I found that too, because that's an old purchase I made on Etsy. And then just an old piece of paper. Thought, you know, could be nice for her to write on. Same thing here. One of my, I'm going to start selling these, I promise, guys, in my shop. It's just hard to get everything together. But this is a little, one of the little freshwater pearl dangles. I like it how the one gal I watched called, oh, I almost had it in my mind. I didn't write that down. She calls it book jewelry, and I kind of like that. One of my snippets here. Another little collage part here. This is all from a really old book, handwritten stuff from old pieces of paper I had and an old book page. So I just thought that was pretty. I made this, so now here you see this is a louder color, but I don't care. I mean, I don't know. I like it. But I put a little window in here. And so you can see on this side like this, and I'll talk about this in a minute, but when you turn it this way, you can see it this way. This is a piece from a book, or some kind of page I got that was all handwritten. So the handwritten part here, I made this out of, and then the flower comes up. I fussy cut it out and put it there so that it will show in the window. Here's some more of that fussy cutting, and with a little quote here. Stuck that in there. This is a little flip page where you could write on if you want, Elizabeth. And her birthday's in July, so sort of a birthday gift for her. And so I put the little July flowers in there. Here's a page with, this was, I think, Nick the Booksmith's. It's an eco printed page that you can buy a digital. So I just put it on vellum. I printed it on vellum and put it in the middle. Because it's so heavy, you can't see as much. If you put a clear vellum or something like that, another kind of vellum, then if you do it this way, you could see through it. I put some of that beautiful Florence paper that has the shiny, shiny gold on it. Another floral book page. Oh, so this is very loud. And so I thought, well, I had done this, well, this is, I think it's linen paper too. I think it's linen paper. And so what I did, I just did some stamping and then some watercolor or jelly pen painting on it. And it turned out super cute. Then I bought this digital, or bought this from a gal who does beautiful, I didn't put her name down. I bought the hummingbird. I've been trying to paint this, but not with such great luck. Anyway, so then I copied it and put it on vellum to put it in here. I'm not selling or anything, and it's a gift, so hopefully that's okay. But so if you lift this up, I printed it on vellum. If you lift it up, nothing, but then you can see through them for the, I just thought it was a pretty effect. This is cut out of some of the Florentine paper, so it's just fun. I think it turned out fun. It's a little bit louder than I normally do, but it's okay. Then in here, these are some vintage glass beads I got, and this is a these are all old beads. This is a root beer glass, and this one is a, oh, see, I wrote all these down now. Oh, I'll have to, when I put this down, I'll reprint the Etsy shop thing, and I'll write down where these are from. This is all hand-painted brass bead, and this is another swirly root beer glass type bead, but I think these are from Japan, but I have that written down, and I forgot. But I will put it on the paper, so if you want to, you know, pause the paper, if you're interested in knowing where I get the beads from, because I love the beads. And just another clip here with a dragonfly. This opens, so if you open this out, she can write on it if you so want. More beads. This is a chocolate pearl, freshwater pearl, and an old red, a red glass bead that I just love the red glass. Let's put this back. I did a little bit of collage in here just for interest. I don't know really if she's going to be using this for a journal. I hope you will, Elizabeth. I mean, most people say, oh, I can't write in it. Yeah, it'd be nice if you just even wrote little things that encouraged you each day or another day, and just so you have a place to keep some of your fun memories. And then on this side, I did this collage because I wanted to reinforce this paper, because I put this little library card pocket, and I used a napkin to decoupage over, and it turned out really cute, so I'm very happy with that. And then I just put this card in here. One of my snippets here I've made with old buttons, rusty safety pin with an, it's also a, I don't want to say gem, but it's a real, like, it's a stone, and I don't know which one because I got it in a sale, but it's not just plastic or glass, it's a stone. You know, like agate or like something, I don't know. Okay, so on the other side of her July paper, some of the beautiful eco printing from Rosemary Morris. I have that on the paper. It's a little magnet book. I found it in myself. I'm trying to pick up my room. I thought, oh, this is cute. So it's a little bit, like I said, louder colors, but it kind of goes. So I put it in here with just a book page you can write on. I also painted this paper too, or colored it. It's the opposite side of this side I was goofing around with, so. So I really hope you do use it. Usually I give these to people and then they say, oh, it's too pretty to use. Well, I really want you to use it, right? Little things. It won't necessarily make it fuller. It's a soft cover. So yes, it can get fuller. It has a little bit of a, I put one of those green hanging file folder things in here so that it would stay, you know, a little sturdy. But other than that, it can be pretty filled up pretty good. This is some of the, what do you call it? Man, I wish the words would flow more better to my brain, but the, anyway, this is some of that mixed media that I did. And so you can write on here. So I made a little book. I'll take this off because I have this clipped here just for some reason. I don't even know. But so I made a little book marker, hand just slow stitched down there, and just put some pretty, look at that one. Old buttons. I got an old button jar that had all kind of white and cream color buttons. And I love them. I never really liked those in the stores. I think Johnny sold it. It's a big old jar with all these buttons in it. And you know, they're so beautiful. I don't know how they age, but they age with a kind of a buttery color. So that's what that is right up here. And so then this is a pocket here. And this is one of Johnny's. She did these. I wanted some of the lace off of it, so I kind of tore it apart, Johnny, but I decided to put it in here as a signature, and it's just a little folder, and then I sewed around it. That's my sewing around it. This is her sewing, this is my sewing. And so I just wanted it in the center here. It's so pretty. I've been hanging on to this for 100 years, it seems like. I made it. It's a raggedy, way back when I first saw Nick the Booksmith's raggedy thing she talked about. So I made this, and I used my own eco-dyed, eco-printed paper. I didn't do the greatest job, but I did. And so this was several pieces. I cut out as I did these for other journals. And so this is the last one I've been hanging on to. So I wanted to send it along. So this is all my eco-printing pasted on here. And then the other side, same thing. This is some napkin here, and another one of those little teeny cabochon things that's on the front. And just a flower made out of old paper. So this is all eco-printed here, big eco-printed piece. Kind of wanted to look like it was coming down, little bundle, another one here. So I thought this went perfect in here. So I put it in here, sewed around the leaf on one of the sides. I think, I sewed around this leaf because it was a leaf, but you couldn't really tell. And then I just, you know, tied it off. This is some kind of twine. And then on here, I was my first attempt at trying to make these little, I've been waiting for Took to show us, but she's been so busy. So I went ahead and tried one myself. It turned out pretty cute, I think. The colors, the paper I used was sent to me from someone. So yes, my little paperclip bead with a jingle, a bell, a gypsy bell, and a little teeny freshwater pearl mint color. That's in here like that. Then on this is the last signature, and I just put a doily here. And then I just put this thing I made. So it was I don't know, you'll see. It's out of cardstock, heavy cardstock. And so there's a pocket here with a couple little cute things here with paper in there that you can use as you wish. Same thing here. It's a envelope with some paper, with some of that pretty paper. You can write here if you so desire. Some of that paper I collaged. I decided I wanted to do this. I saw this on someone's post once. I had this beautiful hanky that's so pretty with this really, I think maybe one of Johnny Sales, I don't know. But it has hand tatting all around it in rainbow colors. And I didn't want to cut it off. And I thought it was super pretty. I don't know if you see how you can see it. I hope you can see it. Anyway, so I wanted to just keep it without cutting it up. So I put it on here. I sewed it on here, and I put a little, one of my lavender pearl safety pins here that has lavender pearls on it. And I just put it in here as for an element on the page, and I really like how it turned out. I've never done that before. On the other side, so this is from one of the first day of and I stumbled upon, as I'm cleaning my room, Johnny, some of your leftover, you sent me a strip of your tape. So I used that in here. It didn't really need to be there, but and this is real. This right here is real. You could probably easily get it off, but it's real tape that's gone old that was in a first day of issue envelope page for people who collect stamps. So I just folded it over and put these guys in there, more of these cards. And I tied another bead on. Johnny sent me some of these paper beads. They're so pretty. It goes perfect. So I tied that here. Instead of tying another bead, because I had the other two down here, I don't want to make it too bead crazy. I just put a butterfly here and held the other signature there, the other part of the string. So up here, some of that pretty book page I talked about before on here. But, oh, so this is from that book. And so I cut it out like I showed before. I cut out so that it would make a journaling tag. And then I just put a snippet on there. But this is the same kind of etching from the front one, as you can see. So what date was that? We said that was 1889. So look how pretty that is. Looks like a willow. I'm sorry. I'm looking at it myself. Oh, willow trees, and it looks like it's a park. So it's in here in this pocket. Then over here, I wanted to get you your birth date, but I could not. And by the way, your birth date being July 10th is my anniversary date, which I thought that was kind of cool, my wedding anniversary. But instead, I got to have a July 4th one, and it's kind of cool because it was, July 4th, and I like how it looks. I love the stamp right here. I like how it looks. So I thought, oh, well, I'll use that. This flips out, and you can write on here, here's some more, your last part of your tape, Johnny. I don't know where I found that from. This opens up like this. So it's the first day of issue covers is how the paper is. This is unique. This stuff is left on here, so I left it. And this is unique, rusty from the tape. So, the tape we make looks pretty close to the real deal. And then in here, I put a little surprise. One of Johnny's, I bought one of her packs of jelly-plated printing little cards here. There's her tape again. And so I just stuck it in here as a tag, so I thought it would be super cute. And there's also another one here, two of them that are just from old music paper. And for anyone who doesn't know how it goes, which the right way, like sometimes I have a hard time. I don't know how to read music yet. My son reads music and is a really great guitar player and mandolin player. But he told me the sharps are, it is to know what way is left and right or up, right up, or the right side up, go in the right way. The sharps would be on the left. So see, that's on the right. The sharps are these little hashtags. So this would be the correct upright way. So if you don't have any writing to tell you or any of the staffs or anything, and you get something like this, The sharps should be on the left. And those are them. If you don't have sharps, good luck. I don't know. Didn't ask him. Okay, so those are in here for a little surprise. And then here, I just cut this out, very truly yours, because, you know, it's very truly yours. I want to send this to you. This was handwritten on something I had, and I put it there. And then this is my little tag, and I used some of those waxes from the Disorganized Crafter, and you can read it okay. I don't know if it's showing up on camera. You can see the P, one of a kind, and then I stamped the birth date up here, July 10th. And then this is the other side. This will go like this. I put it like this just for interest, but the most wasted of all days is one without laughter. That is so true. E.E. Cummings. And there's another little snippet in here. You can see all my hands like this about friendship. So that's in here like that. So that'll be like that. This goes like this. And then this is like that, right? Right. Yes, like this. Then in here is just a piece of Rosemary's paper. I just put in here. It's just pretty. Eco-printed. I just put it in the back. You just give it a little bit of more stability. I don't know. I must not have put that. I don't think I did put it. So I'm wrong about that. I didn't put, if there's anything in here, yeah, I only filled that. Yeah, so this is just by itself. So it can probably expand pretty good. That will go in there. Let's put this back together. I want this to be this guy. So I kind of put this in the middle because you have a big gap in here, right here like that. So then what I did was put this in here like this, hangs out like that. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but this is how I'm going to do it to ship. And then this will come around. How did I do it? Or maybe it's over here. No, it's over here. Aha. The bigger gap is over there. So you can put your own things in here like this, and then we're going to clip it up. Just, I'm sorry for reaching over you. Like that, just kind of hold it in place. Yes, like that. And then it just sews nicely like this. The back side has all the fun. Look at that stitching. This is also, I think I did tell you about that. I really enjoyed doing it, and I credit Rachel at Roxy Creations to get me started on doing this. I know someone else inspired her, but this inspired me, and I want to continue doing some of this. So I'm excited about that. So this is the journal. I hope you love it, Elizabeth. And I'll see everybody else next time. I have some ideas about videos and things. So I hope to have more in the future. And thank you for subscribing. And I love you guys. Bye.